What's up guys, Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today this is part 3 of the Datsun Roadster 2000s. This is a 1968 Datsun 2000 that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace, and the first 2 parts are basically just pretty much me checking it out. The second part was me picking it up and then just fully pressure washing this thing inside and out. Not really giving any 2 cares about what I pressure wash. I just wanted this thing clean as it really needs a full restoration anyways. But one of the things I'm going to be doing today is trying to get this thing running, and I'm already off to a good start. I got my old truck battery in here, which is a really big AGM battery, way more starting amperage than we need, but honestly the more the better. So obviously this won't be the permanent battery because it's so big it really doesn't fit well, but I literally have not done anything in this car since I washed it. It's probably been about 3 weeks now. I already kind of checked the ignition, and the ignition feels pretty good, so let's see if it turns over. She turns over, doesn't sound unhealthy or anything. Yeah, so this is the ignition coil, which I was told was somewhat recently replaced. I can't really tell if it's a very nice one. It kind of just seems like it's kind of like a no-name brand, honestly, but our positive terminal here was like barely in there. So hopefully we don't get a massive backfire. Sometimes that's what these will do with starting fluid. Here we go. All right, just like I said, we got some nice nasty backfires. Oh yeah, we got light. Actually doesn't look too bad either, so I'm gonna honestly assume that we just need some more fuel at this point. The only thing is we just don't, I know for a fact we don't have fuel going to this, so I'm gonna check real quick. Let's look up the firing order. I don't have this memorized, sadly. All right, firing order is correct on all these, so all right, well, here's 3 of the 4 plugs. I already kind of got one of them situated, but figured I'd show you guys the difference. So yeah, grounding strap, sides, everything nice and clean. Honestly, not too bad. While we're in there though, we'll go ahead and take a brass brush and try to clean up the contacts a little bit. Like I said earlier, based on the fact that we have a spark and everything, it's definitely a good sign we're good. It doesn't mean that it's, you know, in time or anything else is right. At this point, I think all that's really left to do is I'm gonna go ahead and start taking the carb assembly off. All right, guys, well, I've pretty much given up on trying to get this thing running, at least on these carbs, and possibly some other issues going on. But one of the next things I'm gonna go ahead and do is I bought a rebuild kit. I'm gonna go ahead and take these back off again. We're gonna try to rebuild them the best we can, and we're gonna throw them back on and see what happens. Alright, so I think I have a good theory. I think, because I noticed when I started to rotate the distributor, which is basically, you know, advancing or retarding the timing, I started to get a little bit more sputtering. So I swapped the plugged wires 180 degrees. Basically, you know, what was cylinder number 1 is now 4, or whatever the order is. Because the order was correct as far as if it was timed right, like the distributor is putting right from the factory, but you could put these distributors in 2 ways, and I believe the keys could also go in 2 ways for the like the distributor shaft. So let's give this a go. Yeah, that was the most progress I've heard yet. Give it a little bit of gas, maybe. Wow. Progress, guys. That feels really good. And at this point, I'm gonna say that it starts and runs. I just need to get it, you know, the emphasis on runs. But you know, anyone who can hear that clip can tell that we're definitely looking a lot better than we were. So let's keep pushing on. All right, well, I think I'm good with calling this running, at least for now. I've already put a lot of time into this video, so I think we're gonna need to kind of segment it up into, you know, we got it running. We know that it's somewhat healthy. I didn't hear any knocking or weird ticking, and considering the condition of everything, the fact that the carbs are rebuilt, and honestly not the best way, because the kit that I ordered was pretty it was just pretty like garbage, and half the stuff wasn't correct, so I had to kind of make do and reuse a lot of the old stuff. The distributor, we now found that is, you know, either one way or the other, it's 180. So we're going to need to kind of address that, or honestly, we can run it like this. I just at least need to figure out the plug wire situation, because that doesn't look good. We obviously need to get the correct battery. We're also leaking a ton of coolant. I tried adding coolant, and it's leaking from this hose right here, which is part of the like heater hose assembly that runs through the intake manifold. That was really common, especially on these old cars. And then I'm assuming we probably have some vacuum leaks, just based on the way that it's idling. It's kind of high idle, and right now the idle screws are pretty much adjusted out as far as they can go. So yeah, just like a nice storm of, you know, I would consider to be somewhat small, minute issues for a car of this age and everything. So I'm definitely really happy that, you know, it seems like we have a healthy, good engine, and hopefully transmission too, but that'll probably definitely be another video, because I'm sure that this has no pressure in it. And long story short, got it running. Very happy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This, I believe, is part 3, so stay tuned for part 4. See you guys later.